Okay, welcome back, traders. In this video, we're going to speak about our current thoughts on the market. Took my good friend and trader here, Thomas Kelo. We're going to speak about Edgeful, some reports, and how you guys can actually use it in your own trading. We're currently in some opposite trades at the moment, so this will be quite interesting. But yeah, Thomas, if you just want to introduce yourself, and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? My name is Thomas. I've been trading with JB for the last year, and I am in a day trade right now, short ES, and JB is in a swing trade long
Yep.
on ES or SPX. So we'll get to chop it up about that and see how we are both seeing the market on different time frames.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so SPX, yes, it's the same thing. But let's bring up my charts here. Let's go like this. Let's actually get us up like that. Okay, so we can actually see this is my trade at the moment long on SPX. We have taken out the previous day's highs, and that's why I do like the swing longs, Thomas, like back towards previous week's highs, which is back up here. And you can get these indicators, by the way. You can get these indicators all on Edgeful's website on the right-hand section of there, Trading View Indicator Access. You can get it there. But let's go to ES. SPX, it's the same thing really. SPX. Let's just go to daily. Okay, and I just want to go to that previous day's range report. And this is basically what kept me looking for longs. By standard, in the last 6 months, if we take out the previous day's high, 73% of the time we'll close as a bullish closing day. Now, by sub-report on the left-hand side here, by weekday, on a Monday, that jumps to 85%. So I like the longs, Thomas, and I can't, maybe we come lower. Of course, we could definitely do that. But, we're not looking too bullish right now, I can assure you that. But that is my this is going to be my plan for now. It's just kind of hold these swing positions long. I actually do have my stop loss placement actually a little bit wider. I've actually got it back there where we moved up there like that. So it is definitely a swing position, whereas you're in a short right now, which is obviously more intermediate. Maybe speak about why you like your shorts. Also, something that I have noticed, and I've got another position on at the moment too, Bank of America stock. I am long on that as well. But if we just look at this fresh cross of that 5-day SMA, I do like that. Of course, we're not really looking at bullish at the moment. Daily time frame, we are at kind of a support zone, which we can kind of see like this. So that's what I'm kind of seeing at the moment. And then Bank of America as well. Just a swing position back to all-time highs. I like the daily support that we're coming off of. So I want to get back to all-time highs and maybe we move even higher. So that's another position I am running on, and that's on my FTMO accounts and personal accounts as well. Any thoughts? So walk through your shorts for me, please. So that's
Yes.
my positions. Let's see the opposite side of the coin.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I actually quite like JB stops because I just took, so I had 20 micro contracts on. I just took 15 off and locked the stop. And the reason for this short is if we look at Nvidia here, Nvidia was it cracked for a new low of day. Finally, if we put, this would be where the initial balance is, the initial
Yep.
balance low. So Nvidia cracked its initial balance low while ES, or actually let me go like this, while ES was still at its daily VWAP. So what that's telling me is that ES is lagging behind Nvidia cracking for new low of days. So I was able to get a entry around the low of day VWAP, which was pretty similar to the New York VWAP price. And I was essentially just trading the lagging index, if that makes sense, because we know that Nvidia is like of just about 8% of the S&P 500. So while it's not necessarily the full entire index, it does hold a lot of weight. So I can use that as a, kind of it helps me create my bias. So my short is only to initial balance low, and we have, this would be what I call a flush. When we move 15 to 20 points in one direction with very minimal pullbacks, that's my sign to tell me I need to take some profit here and lock some gains, because the other option you have would be to lock the stop. The trade's going in your favor. You can lock the stop, but then there's a high likelihood that you might just get taken out for break even. You could see so now my stop is locked at 50,
Okay.
which is a good psychological round number that if we're going to hold under 50, we probably continue lower. And if not, we get a further deeper retracement. But it's definitely not in a place that couldn't get tapped for break even before the trade idea actually goes to its intended target. So because of that reason, I made sure to lock in some gains and then, leave the rest to kind of trail and run and see what we want to do. But, for me on an intraday perspective, when NVIDIA drops from 4.5% to negative 6.6%, that means I definitely need to be looking to capitalize on the short momentum.
I like that. So I really, really do like it. And as you can see, mine's more of a swing trade perspective. Thomas is trading from a more day-to-day, more intraday for sure. Okay, so let's go through some of H4 stuff here.
Let me go.
Range reports. Mention something that you like using.
So this is a newer report that Andre talked about on stream with us, and it is actually a volume report. I think the volume reports are underused in Edgeful because if you go here, you can see there's price action, volume, and then indicator reports. You can kind of tailor it to whatever trading strategy you have. But so this is the market open volume indicator, and what it's showing is the average volume in the first 15-minute candle. So the average volume on ES in the first 15 minutes is 81,000. And how we use that is if we go to the 15-minute chart and then we just use the indicator that says volume, just the regular volume indicator, we can plot that on and then just hover your mouse over the first 15-minute candle closure. And if I have this open, you'll see it says 86K next to it. So that's showing me today's volume is average with the regular trading sessions. However, and so how do I use this? That tells me today we're going to have some liquidity. There's going to be some moves. However, I've also seen it where it says 30K, and 30K tends to be those days when we're really choppy and we're not finding any clear one direction. So using the volume indicator helps me know when can I expect the market to be making a substantial move versus just a consolidating market.
Yeah, I like that. I really, really do like that. Okay, so also something just to note, though. I think a lot of traders come into Monday just thinking that they're going to start trading off the bat, and it is a Monday. I mean, as you just mentioned, average to lower volume than usual. So just remind that on a Monday, as we are filming this now. This will go live in the next couple, but just keep that in mind. Something that I was looking overnight was Bitcoin. We did get a very, very big rip on our side. So any thoughts on that, Thomas?
I think it was over the weekend, Trump announced a crypto reserve or announced something about the crypto reserve that made it pump. So is it going to be a long-lived pump? That's kind of the question with these news movements, because at the end of the day, what happened this weekend was off of news, not anything technically based. So, we just have to keep in mind that can change very quickly.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. As you can see, we did have that pump, above previous days' highs, being 11% in a day. That's no mucking around. That's for sure. We went from 85, 86K all the way to 96K. So over 11% in one day. I mean, that's pretty big, substantial movements for sure. Okay, Nasdaq's trading pretty poorly today as well. So something I will say, Thomas, is that from a swing perspective right now, if this can be the lows in here from Friday on the Nasdaq and S&P, let's just go to ES again, SPX. If these can be the lows set in like that, from the next leg up, possibly, if we just let's just go to like a 30-minute time frame like this. If these lows are kind of set in from, this is what I'm seeing on my swing position. These lows, we took our previous day's highs as mentioned, but if these lows are kind of set in, and my stop loss is down here, we could get definitely another swing back up at least to this level over here on the SPX chart of 6,100, back up here. So that's kind of what I'm seeing from a swing perspective. This would take our previous week's highs as well. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. And obviously we're going to have to see what we do get overnight. And we have, something very interesting, and I have actually brought this up multiple times on stream, is that in the last, I think since 1994, the S&P is flat during regular market hours trading, but it's actually up like 600% in overnight trading. Let me actually get that up.
That's really interesting.
Overnight trading. So results. Let's see. Let's just have a look like this. Where was that here? Where I actually did bring it up. But okay, so we've spoken about the previous day's range report. We've spoken about that new report with that Andre brought up on stream. Anything else that is while I try and find this that you're enjoying with Edgeful at the moment, Thomas?
I am nothing else on Edgeful right now. I just closed my trade, so I'm full out of the shorts at initial balance low. And I guess, using Edgeful, we just broke initial balance low. So going into the rest of the day, I know with about an 85% certainty that we are not going to break the top of the range and that essentially longs are dead for the rest of the day.
Got it. Yep. Okay, look at this. So basically my trade's effed. No, we'll keep updated on how my trade actually does play out. We'll definitely will update that. But here we go. I found this fascinating. Since 1993, the S&P is up to 600% in after hours trading and completely flat during regular trading hours. Since 1993, all of the S&P 500 gains have come from after hours trading. Look at that. That's quite interesting.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Look what someone.
I know that makes me.
Stop day trading immediately and start holding. Yeah.
I know it's true. It's true. The swing positions do make it really easy, especially like for me in my Roth IRA. I just buy and hold this kind of stuff, and I'm just going to let it play out over the next 20, 30 years.
Look what someone says here. Buy and hold is sincerely the most practical response to this information. This is shocking and dismal if you day trade during market hours. If you've held the stock for 30 years and you've reaped the benefits of all them after hours trading. Yeah, I mean, that's why some of the guys, when I get asked why do they like swing trading, it's because they can capture these overnight moves, which are obviously going to be quite substantial when you do get stuff like that. Okay, so that is obviously quite interesting. Yeah. Okay, so anything else that maybe the Edgeful? Okay, so obviously I do pre-market preps with Edgeful live here. If you are watching this on my channels as well as Edgeful's channels every single Wednesday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Go check out that previous day's range report. Go check Thomas out on Twitter and his YouTube channels. I'll put the links below as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being on. Just thoughts on the market right now. As I said, we obviously had a very big bearish week last week. So, do we bounce this week? Maybe, we just got to see. Could the lows be in from the Friday? Possibly. We're just going to have to wait and see. We obviously got that late afternoon squeeze to end the week on Friday. The DAX is actually very, very interesting. The DAX actually saw it for a new all-time highs today, which I actually did manage to get a piece of because look at that. We're trading above previous day's highs. But the DAX from high to low today was actually 3%. Look at that. This thing's up again past all-time highs, which is obviously, I know we spoke about that Linda Rasch mentioning about like the DAX correlation and everything like that. So that's actually interesting to see the S&P down today with the European stocks moving higher. So we'll see what happens, see what we get. But yeah, Thomas, I appreciate your time as always.
Yeah, thank you, JB. Thanks for hosting.
Yeah, as always, let's get us there in a nice frame like that again. So you can see, make sure to go check Edgeful out. Make sure to follow both Thomas and myself if wherever you guys are watching us. And then always appreciate your time, brother. And we'll check you on next week as usual.